Renzo gang, we back now. This is the insane lore of Mortal Kombat Part 6. It's been a little while since I've done this. There's a lot of other videos I wanted to do. I had to want to take a little break from this because this is a very long video. I'm gonna just say we're gonna finish this before the summer's over with. I might not get to this all the time, but because this is a long video and it's a lot of parts to this, and I'm gonna break it down too. So Renzo gang, with that being said, we're just gonna dive right on into this. I ain't gonna lie, I did miss doing these lores. I can't wait till they bring out some more, Tekken lores, and I kind of wish they would do, how they did the certain characters that I was doing, like Kazuya, Law. I wish they would do stuff like this with Mortal Kombat and especially Street Fighter, because I don't really know too much on Street Fighter, because I wasn't really a huge Street Fighter fan. Sorry, I wasn't really a huge Street Fighter fan like that. Tekken was like one of my first games I've ever played, Tekken 2 and Battle Arena to Shinden. Those like the first two games I've ever played. But this is part six, Mortal Kombat lore. We're gonna dive on into this Renzo gang. And before we do, I just want to say I hope everyone has had an amazing day today. I hope you guys have spoke positivity within yourselves. I'm trying something different. I'm trying to speak more, law of attraction positivity into my life, better things can happen for me. And I would encourage you all to do the same. Pray, meditate. Speak a lot of positivity. Affirmations and law of attraction for your lives and yourselves. So you can have a good day. You can get blessings. Maybe it's probably you're trying to get a house, or you're trying to get a car, a new job promotion, or you know your soulmate. You never know. Just speak positivity into your lives. The law of attraction, I'm telling you, it works, because a lot of good things been happening for me this week. That's kind of why I haven't been, on YouTube that much, but we back. So don't think I was abandoning anybody. I wasn't. It's been a lot going on, like I said, there's a lot, outside of YouTube that I have to do as well. So that being said, Renzo gang, let's dive into this. Yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to your boy. And make sure you hit that post notification bell so you'll be first to get your videos. Let's get it. Part 6, Insane Mortal Kombat lore. Let's get it.
Wondering where the hell they disappeared to. But as these thoughts enter his mind, the egg inside of the chamber starts to crack.
A beam of energy ripped out from inside and lanced into Reptile. The ancient prophecy had been
Reptile
fulfilled.
is annoying, man.
The
I swear.
Dragon King had returned.
What the hell does that mean?
Having been enslaved through sorcery to guard the molten incubation chamber,
Is that Blaze?
was finally freed.
Yeah, that's
once
Blaze.
the
Okay, that's
dragon egg
Blaze.
had hatched. He then resumed the quest he had undertaken before being subdued by his captors.
But now we come to the climactic battle at the Palace of the Deadly Alliance. The forces of
Deadly
light
Alliance,
all arrive at
okay.
the connecting bridge
This
entranceway,
one we left
letting
off,
Bo
Deadly
Raicho
Alliance.
go on ahead and scout the area. Inside he finds a tournament, because Li Mei is currently in the finals of the martial arts competition that will earn her village's freedom. And amazingly, the young girl is successful. She manages to become the champion and defeats everybody that the sorcerers throw at her. Too bad it was all for nothing.
Now that she had emerged victorious, the true purpose behind the tournament was finally revealed to her. Her soul would be the last one Shang Tsung needed to completely revive the Dragon King's lost army.
That's
Yep,
messed
this
up.
is canon. She does occupy one of the mummified
I can't
corpses
stand
until Bo
Shang
Raicho
Tsung.
storms in, shatters the body she's contained in, thus returning her back to normal. He decides to run off with the poor girl, leaving the other good guys to fight in his stead. But yeah, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Sonya, Jax, Katana, Kung Lao, they all storm the building, only to get ambushed by a Tarkatan horde, and well, they get fucking massacred. I am
Bro,
not kidding.
I swear, Mortal Kombat, I swear the good guys, they get annihilated a lot. Good lord.
Cage dead. Sonya dead. Jax dead. The only two who even got close
Johnny
to the
Cage.
sorcerers were Kung Lao and Katana. And of course, they both die too.
Wow.
Good lord, he turned her
Ooh.
into a pencil neck. Oh, the
Wow.
humanity. Man, Liu Kang was really carrying this group, huh?
He really was.
The game ends with the Thunder
Low-key,
God
Johnny
taking on
Cage
the
was too.
sorcerers in a 2-on-1 battle.
Put some respect on Johnny Cage, man.
Of Quan Chi and Shang Tsung proved to be overwhelming, even for a Thunder God.
His soul.
Raiden was defeated. The Deadly Alliance had won.
The writers really wanted to change it up this time because everybody has a bad ending. The bad guys win completely, and with no one to get in their way, they immediately turn on each other. But in the end, only one sorcerer can stand tall above all others, and Quan Chi is the champion of the Deadly Alliance. Now, before I get into what happens next, I need to talk about the next game's Conquest Mode.
Of course you can't trust Quan Chi or Shang Tsung. You never can
As
trust
mentioned
them.
previously, Deception contains a gigantic adventure where you travel the realms and learn every character's fighting style. Set before the original game, it follows the exploits of a young Shaolin named Shujinko. See, he's just a little kid of the White Lotus Society who one day aspires to enter the Mortal Kombat tournament so that he can defeat Goro and Shang Tsung. However, Bo Rai Cho says that he's too inexperienced to be trained seriously. That's when a mysterious figure appears.
You have to like really be on your P's and Q's.
Who? What are you?
Well, combat tournament, it ain't like the King of Iron Fist tournament.
The Elder Gods are in need of a champion. One who could complete a quest to save the realms.
So little Shujinko here finds himself being called up to save the world, granted a special power that allows him to absorb the fighting style of anybody that he battles. Using this new trick, he impresses Bo Rai Cho so much that the Drunken Master agrees to train him. Doing so takes 5 years. But the young Shaolin is finally as capable as Liu Kang was, able to complete Damashi's quest of searching for the Kami Dogu.
5 years, that's a
What
long
the hell
time.
are Kami
You gotta be
Dogu?
dedicated.
Well, once upon a time, the universe as it existed was just one big ethereal plane, filled with elder gods and a dangerous force of nature known as the One Being.
The One Being fed off the Elder Gods. It consumed them. A war raged in the timeless void until 6 Elder Gods forged the Kamidogu and used them to splinter the One Being into the many realms.
So yeah, Earthrealm, Outworld, these locations all used to be part of this One Being. The Kamidogu had the power to create reality, and so them falling into the wrong hands would definitely be bad. Knowing this, Shujinko is encouraged to do whatever it takes to find them all, including stealing Bo Rai Cho's warrior medallion to prove that he's the real deal. This earns him the respect of the Lin Kuei, leading Shujinko to the very first Kamidogu. His next stop would be the Netherrealm, where he encounters a demon known as Ashra. This lady used to belong to the Brotherhood of Shadow, just like Serena. However, she was a little more rebellious and questioned Quan Chi's orders on multiple occasions. The sorcerer decided that she was no good as a servant and tried to assassinate her. While running away, Ashra discovers a special kris, a sword with a rather purifying power. For every demon that she slays with this weapon, her soul is cleansed of evil more and more.
By slaying demons with an enchanted sword, I will gradually transform into a being whom this realm cannot contain. Eventually, I will be free.
So Shujinko trains with Ashra and even helps her find the Legion of Souls known as Ermac, because she believes slaying him as well as Noob Saibot will be just the thing to get her into heaven. Regardless, this journey helps Shujinko find the second Kamidogu. His next destination would be one of 2 new realms introduced in this game, Chaos Realm and Order Realm. These names are pretty self-explanatory, as Order Realm, aka Sado, values law above everything else. They do not tolerate dissension or free-thinking individuals who would upset the balance of their society. Even a crime as small as jaywalking can lead to gigantic prison sentences. Naturally, this makes the world quite oppressive, and so there are a few people who broke free from these chains. One man is Darius, a guy who started up his own militant rebellion to commit terrorist attacks and overthrow the government. He regularly employs the help of Dairu, a mercenary who used to be a respectable guard until he was imprisoned for a crime of passion. See, an assassin killed his family, and Dairu just couldn't let that go. He murdered his family's killer, only to be imprisoned for doing so. Feeling that his loyalty meant nothing and that the assassin was just going to be killed anyway, he breaks out and vows to never enforce the law ever again. What's messed up is that his family was assassinated by Darius. Yeah, he didn't do it out of spite or revenge, he just wanted Dairu to break so that he could manipulate him. The mercenary never finds this out, by the way, as his character would never make a return past Armageddon. Damn. No, his focus in deception is to do a contract killing on the guardsman's greatest warrior, a man named Hotaru. And Hotaru is as extreme as any cop can get. He values law and order above everything else, even his friends and family. Order Realm is constantly at odds with the neighboring world of Chaos Realm, and this place is really nutty. Objects float in the sky for no reason, there's no government, everyone does whatever they want. And one man in particular wants the entire universe to be this way. A cleric of chaos known as Havoc. Half of his face has rotted off and you can see his skull, which apparently means nothing in this realm. Hell, Havoc can snap his bones and bring them back together like it ain't no thing.
That's nasty.
The dude hates order and he hates rules and he doesn't honor promises or contracts. Randomness and anarchy is the defining philosophy for this guy.
Can you point me to that chap, Havoc?
So it makes sense that the Joker becomes his best friend when he guest appears in Mortal Kombat 11. Anywho, Shujinko finds his third Kamidogu inside of a body of water here, but again, because Chaos Realm doesn't follow conventional rules, the world accelerates around him and he gets even older. Oops. Shujinko's next stop is Outworld, but upon arriving, he gets accosted by Melina, who informs him that Shao Kahn plans to brutally conquer the city of Lei Chen. Not wanting innocent people to suffer, he decides to liberate this village by searching for help to fight off the Emperor's armies.
If word of our struggle were to reach Sado, the realm of order, their elite guardsmen may give us aid.
In order to convince them, the village's leader, King Zafiro, tells Shujinko to find a valuable artifact to barter for their freedom. And wouldn't you know it, it's the Kamidogu. Well, he can't very well give that up, so Shujinko tells Hotaru that if he were to help, the city of Lei Chen would gladly let them occupy the place.
King Zafiro seemed not to recall that arrangement.
Men often do not recall the details of bargains they make out of desperation.
Wow, Shujinko, that was just a straight-up lie.
You have sacrificed much in your service to the Elder Gods these long years. Therefore, they are granting you that which you have desired since your childhood, a chance to compete in the Mortal Kombat tournament in Earthrealm and defeat the sorcerer Shang.
So Shujinko catches up to the first game. He returns to Earthrealm and encounters both Kenshi as well as Nightwolf. The shaman feels his spiritual aura and realizes that his time spent in the Netherrealm has corrupted his soul. Nightwolf offers to purify him, albeit through an extremely lengthy process. Shujinko, who has nothing better to do before the tournament, figures, sure, why not? He trains with the Matoka tribe for many years, aging him up even more.
I have undergone a spiritual cleansing.
This is an unfortunate turn of events.
Unfortunate? An evil stain has been cleansed from my soul.
The taint you refer to allows you to enter realms otherwise inaccessible to other beings.
So yeah, all those years are wasted as Damashi tells the guy to go back to the Netherrealm so he can be more evil again. And him competing in the tournament? That's off. Not sure why he wanted him to do this, it doesn't help him find the Kamidogu in any way. But whatever. Shujinko also runs into Raiden for the first time, who seems perplexed to hear that he's the Elder God's champion. Anyway, our hero spends a long time in hell. In fact, he doesn't get out until Deadly Alliance happens, at which point he runs into Raiden again, who asks him for help in taking out the two sorcerers. So Shujinko goes back to Outworld, immediately gets captured by Kano, and is sent to Sundo to build the Deadly Alliance's giant palace. It's here that he meets a frustrated Li Mei, who he teaches martial arts. I repeat, Shujinko is the one who taught Li Mei how to fight.
Wow.
Anyway, after doing so, the warrior makes a break for it, and he decides to get help from the neighboring city of Lei Chen. After all, Hotaro's beaten back
Man,
Shao
you're running
Kahn's armies
fast.
before, surely he can do the same again.
Hotaru, it is good to see.
You have violated my ordinance. You were to go indoors when the toll sounded.
I just recently arrived. I had no knowledge of any ordinance.
Ignorance is not an excuse. I am placing you under arrest for disregarding the laws of this city.
Yeah, Shujinko
Wow.
gets arrested for violating curfew, and it takes many years for his trial to begin. He spends the remainder of his life in a jail cell for breaking curfew. What in the fuck, Hotaru? Darius is
Seriously.
right. Fuck the Order Realm. Burn it to the ground. Wash it away in a wave of death. Also, time might flow differently in Order Realm because there is no way that the Deadly Alliance conflict has been going on for years. Raiden was just gathering
Like,
people to
seriously,
storm the
man.
place. I mean, if time is flowing correctly, what the fuck was he waiting for? Johnny Cage to finish filming his movie? Either way, eventually Dairu shows up to break Shujinko out of jail at the request of his client, Damashi. Our hero can't believe that the Elder Gods would allow innocent
Shinjuku,
guardsmen to
he had a
die
terrible
and finds
life.
all of
I'm
this quite
sorry.
sketchy.
He had a terrible
Nevertheless,
life.
while breaking out, he happens to find the 5th Kamidogu, go figure. It allows him to enter
I would hate to
Edenia,
live in
where
this
Shao
world
Kahn's
of
armies
Mortal
have
Kombat.
taken
I'm
over
sorry.
the palace. Katana asks Shujinko to help rescue her mother from Tanya, and he does just that. As reward for saving the queen, Shujinko is given the final Kamidogu. Holy shit, the quest is over.
My quest is almost at an end.
Finally.
What is ending is your meddling in the affairs of the Elder Gods, mortal.
Scorpion!
Okay, so after being cast into the Soul NATO by Moloch and Draman, Scorpion finds himself in the heavens alongside the Elder Gods. And they make him a deal. Someone bad is trying to destroy the universe, trying to resurrect the one being. And if he agrees to be their champion, they will bring back his family and clan from the dead. This is by far the most important thing to Hanzo Hasashi, so Scorpion gladly agrees to be the Elder Gods champion. He goes to stop the one assembling the Kamidogu. He goes to stop Shujinko, who is not the Elder Gods champion. It's a valiant effort, but the Shaolin is far too powerful thanks to the dozens of fighting styles he's picked up.
The Kamidogu should have been transported to the Elder Gods. Why
The
is
way
it
they
not
square up
happening?
on this game is so crazy.
Shujinko, please save me.
Oh, fool! Damashi does not exist. I manipulated this astral puppet from beyond the boundaries of death, and in turn, manipulated you.
That's
I am
crazy.
Onaga, the Dragon King of Outworld and soon-to-be ruler of all that exists. I will take these artifacts you have so dutifully collected for me. I am afraid they will not make it into the hands of the Elder Gods after all. And so, Shujinko, your quest is done. Prepare for death.
The old Shaolin makes a break for it, escaping into Earthrealm's portal. But Onaga does not give chase. Now that he has a body again, thanks to Reptile, he proceeds to the Deadly Alliance's palace to take Shinnok's amulet as well as his army. Quan Chi tries to fight him off, it doesn't work. Shang Tsung gets up and helps him out, that doesn't work.
So this is
Even
an alternative
Raiden,
ending, right?
knowing full well how dangerous Onaga is, decides to help the two sorcerers take him down.
Raiden began to realize that even their combined might was not enough to defeat the
I
Dragon
understand. Like, okay, I get it. I guess. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Raiden's sacrifice was in vain.
Mortal Kombat is a messed
For
up
the
game. I
blast had
swear it
little
is.
effect
Like
on
the
the Dragon
storyline.
King.
This is like so many storylines with
Now
Mortal Kombat. It's
Onaga has
ridiculous.
what he needs to shape the realms as he sees fit. I was the fool who brought him this power. Only I can destroy this threat, born of deception.
Mortal Kombat.
So yeah, Onaga is pretty powerful thanks to the Kamidogu. His plan is to merge the items together to gain ultimate power, but doing so will unwittingly resurrect the one being, which will result in the end of the universe as we know it. Onaga wastes no time in taking over the Deadly Alliance's army, recruiting both Baraka and Tanya to his cause. He even goes over to the dead forces of light and resurrects them to be his mindless servants, because apparently that's a power he has. Regardless, Kitana, Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, and all the others are all brainwashed, working for the Dragon King. You wouldn't know this outside of Ermac's ending, because none of these characters were playable or fightable in the base version of Deception. Onaga leads his troops to the realm of Edenia because the secrets to merging the Kamidogu lie there. Using Kitana as a hostage, he easily submits Queen Sindel into surrendering.
See,
because
that's why I
she
don't know
dare
so
not
much
lay a
about Mortal
finger
Kombat
on
because I
her
never
daughter.
played the.
Jade, on the other
the
hand, is not
games
so
like
soft, and she battles and defeats Kitana in order to free the queen. The brainwashing doesn't go away, so the two women have to flee to Outworld to escape Onaga's wrath. Jade and Sindel will not stop until they discover a way to save Kitana. Baraka goes into the Edenian prison and finds his old concubine, Melina. Onaga figures that a duplicate of Kitana can be mighty useful, so he orders her to take her sister's place, leading the Outworld armies to their doom. I'm not sure why she can't use the actual Kitana for this. Maybe she's just super brain dead as a brainwashed slave. Either way, Melina gains control of Kitana's army. With Quan Chi dead, Noob Saibot finds himself without a master for the very first time. And with no one to answer to, he figures now is the time for his ascension. He is going to build an army that will allow him to conquer the Netherrealm and become its ruler. Entering the dungeons of Shao Kahn's fortress, he finds Smoke, a long-forgotten war trophy of the Earthrealm invasion.
Both of them are
Resurrecting him with his own nanotechnology, the Revenant reprograms the cyborg
technically
to obey
Noob
him,
Saibot
becoming
technically
his
is
first minion.
behind.
They go forward to build Noob's army when they come across a certain warrior. After being betrayed by Frost, Sub-Zero discovers some ice caves in Outworld, which turn out to be the ruins of a long-forgotten sect of cryomancers. Kuai Liang comes to the conclusion that he and Bi-Han must have descended from this group, and so he adorns himself in their armor. And that's why in Deception, the dude looks like Shredder from the Ninja Turtles. While in Outworld, he discovers the Wraith with his best friend Smoke. He trails them all the way into the Netherrealm, but eventually they become aware and subdue him. And that's when the series finally gets to the big twist reveal about Noob Saibot.
He was unaware that they were followed by someone Noob had not seen since before he became a Wraith. Smoke instantly recognized their visitor. He was an echo of their past. He was Sub-Zero, Noob Saibot's brother.
Yeah, this was never established until Deception, but Noob is Bi-Han. The very same man killed in the first Mortal Kombat tournament of being turned into pure evil by Quan Chi's sorcery.
All right, Renzo gang, we're going to stop right here. This is part 6, Mortal Kombat lore. It's been a minute since I've done this, and I have missed doing this. I really have missed doing this. But I had to kind of take a little break because this is, like I said, this is a long video. I still got a long way to go before I finish this whole thing up. So I just wanted to come back and do this. I'll probably do another one within a few days. Who knows? So Renzo gang, I love y'all. I will see y'all next time. You feel me? Y'all, I love y'all.